Hi everybody, happy Thursday, December 31st of 2020, and happy New Year's Eve. I know it's all very different than in past years, but you know, you do what you gotta do and it's all you can do, right? My name is Daphne, and this is my channel with all of my cross-stitch progress throughout the month. And this little girl right here, this is Ginger. This is one of my good friend's dog. We're dog sitting for a while, and she's been a joy to have. We're gonna miss her when she goes back home, but she couldn't be without me. She wanted to be with me today, so she's sitting here with me on my lap, getting some extra lovin's. So I have a lot to show you, a lot of stitching to show you. I've got some Christmas haul, I've got some regular haul, I've got a fully finished object and some finished stitching. Oh, thank you. So let's get right into it. So first, what I'm just gonna grab what's right here beside me. Yes, here's your lamb chop. These bags are part of my haul that I got. I have more in the box, this whole box. But it's just easier than having them in plastic bags. So first, I did work on downhill skiing a little bit this month. So this is what it is going to look like when it's finished. And this one I did for one of the prompts in Enchanting Stitches, and let me double check, make sure I have the right one. We did Beauty and the Beast this month. So it was when the Beast is transformed back to the prince, and Belle recognizes him by his eyes. So we had to pick a project and work on it that we would know by the color of the project. So I picked Winnie the Pooh because most people know yellow and purple. So this is where it is currently, and I believe I didn't have very much. I didn't have the red, so I don't think I had his scarf either. And this one I had to do 600 stitches, so this one got 600 stitches in this month. And I will go into plans and stuff like that towards the end, because I do have some new challenges and stuff like that I'm going to work on this year. Next one that I did, I worked on Cinderella's castle while watching the movie Beauty and the Beast. So here's what it's going to look like when it's finished. This was a full kit, so I am using all the called for everything. Called for floss, called for fabric, the whole 9 yards. And the same with Winnie the Pooh, that was a kit as well, and I'm using the called for colors. And this one, I want to say I only worked on it during the movie. I didn't pull it out at all the rest of the month. But this is where it is. I decided to work on this part of the castle here. All these like white or light gray stitches. So all those stitches in there is what I got done during the movie. So we'll pull this out again. Probably when I watch the next movie, which is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, for January. And then the next one that I worked that I'm going to show you is my 3 Things sampler. And that one we had to do 500 stitches every week on a piece, or stitch on something repetitive. And this is the only thing that I had that had a border. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. It's the 3 Things sampler. And I'm doing called for. I think I'm doing called for fabric too. I could be wrong. It doesn't say with the fabric, it just gives you sizes of fabric. My fabric is 32 count flax. Color is flax, and it's by Linen, and it's a Witchelt is the designer. And 2,500 stitches is a lot of work in the month, but I did it. And I'm so close to finishing the border, and I just really hope that it finishes, that it meets up. So here is where, I only had a little bit, probably like to here, of the border done beforehand. So I've got all the way down to here on this side, and then all the way down and all the way across and back up again. So when I was doing this, I would work in, I put my 8x8 Q-snap in a section, and so let's say I was working down here in the corner. I'd put it in, and however far my length of green, the dark green would go, I'd put those all in. And then I would move to the next color, to the olive green, and I'd put those all in. And then I'd do the coral flowers, and then I'd, worked it like that until I got, until I had no more room in the Q-snap, or until I ran out of the floss in those two areas with those colors. And then I also worked on my Mirabilia, and she saw quite a bit of work this month. One of them was we had to do 8 hours with a whip that had roses, and it has roses, hence its scent of old roses. And then I also used it for, we also had to stitch at least 400 stitches on our favorite whip, and we had to choose 4. So I did that for that one as well, and those were the only 2. So she saw quite a bit of work this month, but in hindsight, I need to take her apart. So that's kind of a bummer. I realized it when I was working on her this time. So here's what she's going to look like. And I did not do this dark color. This is Laurel Linen or Belfast Olive Green Linen. I didn't do either one of those. I just thought that it was going to be, I wanted her to pop a little more wanted her to pop more, basically. So I chose to do a different fabric altogether. And I chose 32 count, I believe. Yeah, my stickers not in here anymore. I know it's Earthen. Let me picture this plus. It's either 30, these are 32, so I believe I did a 32 as well. So, like I said, I did quite a bit, and I need to remove a fair bit. So this is the whole entire fabric of Earthen, and this is where she's currently, this is the bottom half. So there is no upper body, no torso or anything like that. But I need to, let me just fold it up here. I need to take out down here, this section here is all wrong. This and then all these rows down here, I put those in wrong, so that's wrong, but this here is right. These 3 rows right here are correct, but everything here and down I need to take out. This is all fine. And then I also realized that this greeny blue here is the wrong color as well. It needs to be a darker green. So this here, this strip, and this strip, and this, and this, and that needs to be taken out. And like I said, part of this down here needs to be taken out. So once I realized that, and I had finished out my task that I needed to use her for, I just put her away and said, I need time. So she will come back out, and she will get more work done on her. When? I don't know, because like I said, I gotta take it apart before I can work on it some more. And then I did have a new start. It is another Haid, but it's a quick stitch. Not that quick stitches are quick stitches. It's just a smaller piece of one of their larger pieces. It's a quick stitch in time. Quick Stitch in Time Holiday by Amy Stewart, and it is the bottom right hand corner. It's the snowman with the lady stitching on one side. I used that one for one of the prompts because it was asking us to stitch 200 stitches on an object that we could be turned into, because of all the, the enchanted items in the castle. So this one I chose because it had a sled and I wanted to start it, so I fit it in. So here's the quick stitch, and I started down here in this corner down here. And like I said, I chose it for the sled because I said I could take everybody out, and they could have fun in the snow. So this is on just plain 28 count White Lugana by Witch Alt. And don't mind the threads. So it's going to be pretty much take this whole, almost all of this I believe, but it could be, I don't remember the width and the length, but I know it was pretty close to this. Let me fold it one more time. There you go. So here's the bottom left hand corner, and these are all the park threads, and I'm going, when I do my diagonal, when I end, like if I'm ending, this diagonal will start up here. So when it starts up here and ends down here, I'm going down, and then when I get down here I go to the next diagonal and I go back up, and then when I get up here I'll go back down, and then up and down, and I'll just work my way going up and down the diagonal. So here we go on that one. Quick Stitch Holiday, a Quick Stitch in Time, a holiday. Like I said, I just like this one. Was bopping through their website one day and need some snow in my life. I don't need to shovel it or anything like that, but I needed some snow. I don't have much snow, any stitching, anything like that. And then I also worked on the Game of Thrones, and this one I believe got some love this month. I believe I finished out this diagonal right here that we had going on. But yeah, it's getting there. Slowly but surely, it'll get done. Not in a huge hurry. And then I also did work on this piece here. This is Teachers Have a Big Heart, and this is what it's going to look like when it is done. I did have to change out some of the colors, but I do plan on doing this again for some of my friends that are teachers as well, because here you can personalize it to the person that you want to give it to in the end. So my colors are just slightly different than what they have in here on that picture. And this one I am using a 22 count hard hanger. And this is where I am so far. I used it for the blue, so I finished filling in this banner here. Then I started doing used it for a prompt for purple, for pinks, sorry, and then I started to use it for a prompt for yellow. And then the month just got away from me. So I'm hoping that I can get another one over here, or even if I turn it, I can get another one. I'm pretty frugal with my fabric, which you'll see in a little bit when I show you one other piece that I worked on this month. It was a start and a finish this month. Where's that one? Let me get back in the bag. And then I did work on my pandemic, and that one received a little bit of love this month as well. You okay? You okay? Yeah? Alright. And this one was the one that I used for a favorite whip as well. And I just to take it apart, a little bit of it apart. We all know what it's going to look like. I don't think I have the... No, I don't have the cover, but I'm sure a lot of us know what it's going to look like. This linen is a 30 count barley corn linen by Access Commodities, and this will not take this whole piece. When I ordered it, I did not order a piece big enough to do it, so I have to do it 2 over 2. I have to do it 1 over 1. And this, believe it or not, is 4 pages. So I did a little bit on this page. I ended up having to take this bird apart. I had more done here, but it wasn't lining up when I was working on it. So, like I said, I had to take it apart, which is fine. That, you know, that happens. It's all part of the process. So like I said, this is page 4 here, and I believe this is page 5. I could be wrong. Let me double check. But like I said, this one got 400 stitches, approximately. A little bit more than that. But let me check. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So this little bit of this section is page 5. So I'm finishing up on page 4, and then I'll come over to page 5. And then when page 5 is done, I'll come back over here and start working on page 6 and go across the row, and then come back down and go across the row. This is done in Hydrangea, Mississauga silk, 1 over 1. I'm thinking I'm gonna do some of the back stitching in black. I think I have a black sewing thread that I think would work quite nicely with that. And then the one other one that I started this month was Stitching Book Club, A Christmas Carol, Stitch Along, and I'm using, it was 32 count fog. I believe it was 32 count fog. I know that's the color. I could be wrong with the count. But with this one, this is the finished. Here's the finished product. And the first part we received was the most inner piece. And then we received the 4 corners, and then we got all of the border around it. And in this one, she also gave 3 ornaments. And so I started one of those ornaments right here on this little strip of fabric. This was just one night of stitching, just a few hours. It's not done yet. There's still more that has to be done in each of the corners, and then this repeats itself again down on the bottom. And then there's two other ornaments in as the 3-pack special that I'm hoping that I can fit on this, on what's left of this fabric. So pretty much from the green sewing thread down, and then probably from here down. So hopefully, I think if I did my math correctly, it'll fit. So here's this. It was just the 3-part Sal. You read the book or listened to the book. I didn't quite get the book listened to. I just finished this the other day. So this is my 3rd finish for 2020. And this one here, when I'm done, I'm probably just going to finish doing this one before the end of this tonight. And this will be finish number 4. But I only have 3 of them with me, because one of them was the model that I stitched for Stitching Jewels. So with that is what I worked on this month. And yeah, that's what I worked on this month. And this is my fully finished object that I did this month. My first attempt at fully finishing an object on my own. It came out really well. The corners are a little lacking in stuffing, but you know, it is what it is. So this pattern here was a Hello from Liz Matthews newsletter exclusive, and she had it charted all in one color. I chose just colors that I had unknown colors, numbers, I don't know the brand. I think these were something that, my mother had, because she was making the tie blankets with the fleece, and she was using embroidery floss to hold the 2 layers of tie blankets together. So we've got a green, and then we've got a brown for the reindeer and the trees, the stumps of the trees, and then the white for the snowflake. And then the tops of the trees is actually one strand of this and then like a lighter green mixed together. So it's this color green and a lighter green in here. And then I had posted on Instagram, which I had like 4 different fabrics that I had chose. A solid red with a little bit of modeling, a green with a little bit of modeling, a small red check, and then I think there was another red check as well, and people had chose this one. So there's the back, and there's the front. So this is a fully finished object for my first fully finished object for 2020, and the only fully finished object for 2020. So this will get packed away when I pack up the Christmas stuff, and it'll come back out every year. And then, what are you doing? Are you coming back on my lap? Come on. And then I'm doing, so I've got lots of goodies in my box. So we had Christmas, and I had ordered, not that this is Christmas, but this was part of a Christmas gift for 3 little girls that I know. I wanted these to put my projects in, so I gave them each a bag like this with their name on it, and a small bag like this they can put scissors and all their small little notions in. So those are good. But I was getting Christmas presents delivered from Amazon, and this one particular day I had only anticipated getting 2 packages. Well, there was a 3rd package, and I was like, none of my other packages were due to arrive that day except for the 2 that I was anticipating. So it was like, this is weird, I'm getting 3 packages when I'm only anticipating 2. What is this one? So I opened it up, and it was actually a gift from my sister, which was very nice. It was a very nice surprise. So it was actually an 11 by 11 Q-snap, and the 14-inch extenders. So right here I can make an 11 by 14 Q-snap. And I did do it. I did put it together and make an 11 by 11 Q-snap. It's actually pretty cool. I liked it. And I can use these to make, put these together to make an 11 by 11, which I might do when I get to the point of beading on my Mirabilia, so that I have a little bit more, I can put her out a little better and not worry about hurting the beads or having to do it in hand. And then she'd also sent me another Christmas gift in the mail, and I love them, and I gotta show them. So here's the first one. This one, it says, "My favorite people call me Auntie," and I'm an auntie times, let's see, there's 6 for her, and then one of my nieces has 3 children, so an auntie times 9. So there's that. And then there's this one I love, and I know most of you guys are gonna love this one as well. This one, it says, "So much floss, so little time." It's a little wrinkly. Sorry about that. Yeah. I love it. She makes t-shirts like this. This is her little small business that she's doing. I will link her below. Let me double check on what her Etsy store is. She does them on Etsy. She'll do custom She has ones in her store that are just particular. She'll do seasonal, not just shirts and stuff like that, but she has done other things as well. Come on. Now it's not going to come up, but I will list her shop down below. Made by Teresa Lee, or Teresa Lee Crafts. It's along those lines. So yeah, maybe have a look. You check her out. You might see something in there that you like, or who knows. And then I do have some more stuff in here. This, you saw this bag before with all the floss in it, but now when this box came as the fourth box from my friend, the first two I had paid for. The second two were just, you don't need to, these are just here, have them type of setup. So in this box there was a little more floss, so all the floss that was in all of these boxes is now contained, and they're all divided up into their bags. So this is all 400s, and I wrote down the number, what numbers are in the bag, and how many are in this bag. I go from 100s all the way up to 3800. So this is all full of DMC floss right here. And then in here, this was full of floss as well that I took out. This one in here has, this is all anchor floss that she had, so I got all the numbers with how many are in here as well. And then there was some DMC wool and pearl cotton number 5, so that's in here. And then there was just some scraps of fabric as well. So I don't need to go for floss unless the pattern that I'm using calls for more than this number of skeins that I have. I'll see about the matches of the colors. If not, then I will just use all brand new floss for whatever the project may be. So in this box we have just another box of, divided box. There's a little bit of floss in here that I don't believe that she had labeled with what they are. No. So I don't know what these colors are. They're not labeled, so then I got some extra cardboard bobbins. So that'll come in handy. This bag here has some little frame that you can frame some stuff in. A bunch of floss that's not got its label on it anymore, so this might just be a gift to the girls that I know, let them have fun with it. And then I think this was in this box as well. Cute card collection. It's all just different cards that you can make, like little teddy bear hugs. Excuse me. So you make 20 fantastic cards. Hello baby, little boy, little girl version. Fond farewells. What else do we got in here? Easter delights, little duck and a lamb. The ducky's cute. Little yellow ducky. So we got that one in here. And then 120 charts for every cards for every occasion. This one I want to take apart because I opened it up and it started to fall apart. But gorgeous and girly. So there's a happy birthday right here, and then there's birthday wishes. So you can see it's just coming apart. So I have to figure out how I want to put this back together. I might just laminate all the pages and stick them in a book. And then in this box also distinctive designs. The breakers. And it does, I believe, it comes with the floss that you need. Yeah, the floss you need, the fabric, and the pattern. This is definitely an older pattern because the pattern itself is handwritten, looks like it was handwritten on graph paper. So there's the breakers. And then another distinctive designs comes with, like I said, the floss, some of the fabric that you use, then the floss that you need, DMC Flosses, and once again the chart appears to be old and handwritten on before all the computer programs. I want to say this was back in the 90s, and this one is called the Breaker's Gate. And then we just got some more 14 count fabric, 14 count Aida, which will be good. And then this one here, she had started it a little bit, but the floss is in here, and I think this might be the chart. Yep, and this is the chart. And this one is called Southwest Flavor. And when she bought it, she paid $4.90 at AC Moore. I don't know if there's any AC Moores wherever you guys are, but AC Moore was one of the craft stores back home in New Hampshire. We didn't have very many Hobby Lobbies. The three main ones were AC Moore, Joann's, and Michael's. And then there's this free little Bluebird Peaches chart, and inside gives you the chart and all the dimensions you would need and all your floss that you would need as well. That one's kind of cute. Bluebirds and peaches. And then as well in here I have a Cardinal in Snow. I've got the chart, but I don't have a picture. But would be one of the kits. And then we've got a Winnie the Pooh. What do we got? Tree trimming. And this one has the chart and the fabric, but no floss. But that's okay. We can get the floss colors because they tell you the floss, and they give you the DMC numbers. They may have some of them in the bag, which is fine. We got some more fabric here. This is smaller counts. I'm not sure what this one is. I'd have to measure it out and figure it out. That's nothing. And then we have this picture of another Winnie the Pooh one, Santa Pooh. But I do not have the chart for it. So I'm going to look and see if I can find the chart for this, because I would like to finish it. She has it started. I would like to finish it. I like Winnie the Pooh. And I just think it would be nice. She started it, like I said. So I have the fabric, and I've got a little bit of the floss, and it looks like she started Tigger's stocking. So in the new year, I just got to do a little research and find that one. And then this one here, this is just the chart, Forever Mine, and it is 2 teddy bears sitting together. They're a little bit with their backs towards each other. That's all I have of it. I have no picture, no image, no floss, but that's okay. I will find some, I can find the floss. So here's what that one looks like as well. And then here we have map of Florida. And then on the back there's another map, One Nation Under God. And it looks like they have a map of the whole United States. Huh. That's pretty cool. Just covering up the chart that's up on the top. But there's a whole map. Please stop licking me. Map of the United States that you can stitch out. That'd be kind of cool. It's 406 by 230. Comes with a variety of motifs and to personalize the map with your own family history. That's neat. Interesting. Didn't notice that when I looked at it the first time. And then we've got this little teddy bear. The World of Cross Stitching was one of the free kits that they put in there with their magazines. So in order to do this, I would just need to find the magazine that it's in, because it doesn't have the pattern. But it has everything else that you would need in there. And then there was a little baby bib, a little pink girl baby bib that you can cross stitch on the design on here. And then there was another one of the same little pink bibs, and then I think these were just regular burp towels that you could personalize with the baby's name or some blocks or teddy bears or something. So there's the girl one, and then there's the little boy one. And then there's this was in the bag as well. It is a needlepoint tote by Dimensions. So this is the pattern that you can needlepoint it, and then you can attach it to the bag. And everything is in here that you would need to do that. So you got the floss, you got the needlepoint fabric, you got your instructions, and this is a pretty good bag. There's, inside the bag, right now it's just, it doesn't unzip all the way, which is fine. There's just cardboard holding it open, and then there's a little pouch right here. The zipper is broken, but that's okay. You can still close it, and you can still open it. And then there's one other thing in this box, and then this will be the last of the box from her. It is Cross Stitcher magazine from April 2019, still in the package itself. This, from what I didn't open it yet, but this looks like a pretty cool pillow with all the butterflies. It looks like you got a little pouch that has keys on it. It's kind of neat. Oh, so it does. Oh, it's right here is the front of the pillow. And then it's got the little kit. Stitchable box. Pre-punched box ready to stitch on right away. That is neat. Oh, nail polish. One with nail polish. Oh, time to relax. Hang out with our hoop sloths. Right here in the corner. Little sloths. So that's all of that. Been slowly going through all the stuff. I still have the other box, the big tote of stuff from her that I need to decide what I want to do. I've been slowly picking out some of the ones that I've been working on have been from that box as well. Because if I didn't have something for a task in like September or October, then I would pull one of those out and work on one of those. And then I have 2 starts that I'm starting this month. One of them I'm going to be starting tomorrow for my new year, new start. And it's printed out black and white. And I still haven't finished pulling my colors. But it's the Hope and Strength from Glendon Place. This was their free chart for the hashtag Be Well and Stitch that everybody was doing back in the beginning of the pandemic, March, I believe. I just think for me, it's the perfect time to start it in the new year. So I've pulled some of my DMC Flosses, and these ones are all from my friend. I didn't buy a single one of these flosses. The only thing that I did do is I do have 3 DMCs and an anchor, but the anchor color is supposed to match the 3 DMCs. So what I might do is I might just intermix the DMC with the anchor so that if there is any variation, people aren't going to really be able to notice it as well as if I just did it all in one spot. And I'm doing it on 32 count Flax Linen and just white. This is the only piece that I could find that would be fitting it. And my borders are going to be 2-inch borders on all sides in order to fit it on this. Which is fine. That happens. And then another start that I have is a Sal. Doesn't start until, there we go, the 25th of January. And that is Caterpillar cross stitch, made to create Sal. And I bought the whole kit. So in the kit it comes with the made to create needle minder, and you get your package. So it's a mystery Sal. You don't know what it looks like. She's done a few little sneak peeks, but it comes with your fabric and your floss, all the floss you need, and your fabric. I did 32 count, I believe. So here's all the colors that you're going to need for this. You know, like this purpley pink one right here and this pink one. Be interesting to see what it looks like when it stitches up. And then I believe I was 32 count. Doesn't say, but I just need to prepare my edges. So here's the floss. It's like a brown. I mean, not the floss, the fabric. Sorry, it's a brown. You can't really see the colors very well. But so this one starts on January 25, the 25th of every month for 6 months. So, you say no. You want the plastic, you goof. So I'm looking forward to this one. This just came the other day. Beginning of the week, I think. Tuesday. Monday. I don't remember what day. It was in the beginning of the week. I know that. So those are my 2 starts for this month that are definite starts this month. I am also taking part in, for the first time in WIPCO 2021, that is a group on Facebook, and they do, Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff is the mastermind behind it, and she has 3 questions that you need to answer in order to be accepted into the group. And so I have made my board. Please stop. So here is my board for 2021. Some of my projects you can see are on here twice. That's because those are my big full coverage pieces or my bigger pieces in general. Excuse me. And then down here is my little legend of how I'm going to know what is what. So called and not completed, and then called and completed, and then called. And then planned new starts, I have 3 that I'm planning on, so I have enough slots for 5, not including these ones, because the New Year New Start's not on this board, but the Made to Create Sal is already on my board. So those are not counting as my new starts. So I have a Rick and Morty piece. I would like to start 2 stockings, one for myself and one for my boyfriend. And then I have 2 more that are empty for starts, maybe other Sals that I see come out throughout the year, or if there's something that I see somebody else working on that I want to do, then I can pull them and put them on my board. And then rewards, fabric for another Hayden that I want to start, the pattern and fabric for Quaker Snowflake from Liz Matthews, 11 by 14 grime guard, and then frames to be able to start mounting pieces in the frames to finish them. So some of my pieces, it's either 10 days when it's called, or finish it if I think it is a piece that is near a finish. Or on my new starts, I have 1,000 stitches in that month that it's called. There is one in here that is an everyday piece, because I'm using that for a event in Semi-Sane Stitchers. So for this month, she was like, we're not gonna get the free space in the first month, and we had the free space in January. So she drew 3 numbers. That's why there's 3 of them that are already highlighted out, because these are the 3 that are called. She calls them on the 27th of the month, the month previous. So the 27th of this month of December, she called the 2 numbers, but this month it turned into 3 because of the free space. So it was 6, 13, and 18. So Winter Chores, which is... Let me grab it out here. Hang on 1 minute. Winter Chores, which is this piece here. This one here. Whoop, upside down. Sorry. This one here, this will get 10 days. It doesn't have to be 10 consecutive days, as long as I do get 10 days within the month of January. If I don't get it in 10 days, then that's okay, but my goal with all of these is to get them in that month that they're called for. Yes, they may be worked on other times, whether it be, like my Mirabilia, she's on here twice, I believe. No, she's only on here once. But Pandemic's on here twice. So 1 month it's going to get, and it's also called for January. So we got it right in here as well. That'll get 10 days, at least 10 days in January. And then the next month that it's called, it'll get, for up here, it'll be the other 10 days. But it will get worked on more than just 20 days throughout 2021. I plan to at least try to touch all of my whips that I have. I don't have that many. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I probably have 20 or so, give or take a few. So that I will be able to get every one of my projects. If I wanted to touch them once a day, within the month, I'd be able to do that. but that doesn't give you much, doesn't give me much progress on that particular piece. So this is just another way for me to do it. And then I also just made myself a little cheat chart here with the numbers called, and then if I met the goal, I'll check it off. If I didn't meet the goal, I'll check it off. Just for me, so that I know if I've met them, if I haven't met them, just to keep track. And then also in this book, this is all my little stitching notes. Like, I want to keep track for one of the groups for Semi-Sane, their focus challenge. Is you post a picture for one project for that month, you post a picture with every 1,000 stitches you stitch, and that gets you entered in at the end of the year. And if you use the same project multiple months, you get more. And I would like to stick with one particular project to get some significant progress in 2021, because it's the one that I'm sticking with as a gift for my best friend. And she doesn't know that it's coming. And I would like to see some pretty good progress in 2021 with that one. And then in Enchanting Stitches, we are doing this month, well, in January, they're doing The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So when I watch that movie, I'll probably most likely stitch on Disney Castle, Cinderella's castle. And I'm not sure about what the tasks are yet for the month. They have not put those out yet, but they did put out the they're doing Around the Parks again, where you stitch so many stitches for, one stitch for so many, miles. And that one I would like to take part in as well. Maybe use that one for my Game of Thrones piece, and see if I can do all the parks this year with that piece. I'm not sure exactly how many stitches that is total using that, but hey, it's getting these stitches into my pieces. And those two pieces, my boyfriend knows that he's getting the Game of Thrones piece, and my best friend does not know she's getting her piece. So those two are my two big pieces I would like to get done, and they are both on my my Whipco board twice this year. So they'll get 10 days, definite 10 days for 4 months. But like I said, I would like to get them to use my best friend's piece for Semi-Sane Stitchers, and I would like to use my boyfriend's piece for Enchanting Stitches. Excuse me. And I'm also working on another model stitch for stitching jewels, and I like it. It's coming out really well so far. Big chunks of colors. So that one doesn't take me much time to get, this amount of stitches that I would like to get within a day. And I don't think there's anything else that I have to go over this time. I will do, just like last month, or this month, and the months previous. In a couple weeks, I will do a Stitch With Me. I'm not sure what my Stitch With Me will be. Might be the London Place piece. It won't be the Caterpillar cross stitch, because that won't be out until towards the end of the month. I also have the Black Needle Society subscription box that comes out in January. That'll be coming. I think those ship on the 10th of January, I believe. So when that comes in, that'll be another little unboxing that I can do. But yeah, like I said, that's it. If you guys have any questions, anything you'd like to see, excuse me, please let me know below. I will gladly answer any questions. I enjoy the conversations that we've been having in the chat, in the comment sections. Feel free to check out the links below. Those will be linked up to my sister's Etsy account, my projects that I worked on, and yeah. And like I said before, I hope you guys all have a very safe and very happy new year. And I hope that the new year brings you joy. And for me, I'm hoping that 2021 will bring me hope and strength in more ways than one. And stay tuned for some big, I don't know if they're going to be big, but some exciting new things to come for this channel, for me personally. Couple little things, ventures that I want to embark in 2021. And yeah, have a great day, great night, and a great new year, and I hope everybody is safe and happy and healthy. Alright? Have a great one. Bye, guys.